Day one of ASU Fall Camp is in the books. I'm Jake Garcia. He's Chris Karpman, publisher of Sun Devil Source. Chris, you said before this all started that this is one of the most exciting ASU seasons in your time on the beat. This team has among the most potential you've seen in your time on the beat. Why do you say that, and what do you think it's going to take for this team to realize that potential?
Well, they have so much returning talent and depth. 2013 was a standout spring ball for me. ASU had Will Sutton and Carl Bradford and so many guys on both sides of the ball returning from an 8-win team, and this is reminiscent of that in a lot of respects. When you have 10 guys basically who are starter level players back on defense from a team that was first in the Big 12 in run stopping, coupled with having Sam Levitt, a whispered Heisman candidate, Jordan Tyson, one of the best receivers in the country. There's a lot of pieces that are in place for a special season.
It wasn't just a whisper. Sam Levitt said that one of his goals this season is to win the Heisman, and that was on day one of fall camp. Pretty impressive showing for the offense on this first day, right?
Typically, the defense is ahead when you start spring ball or start fall camp. Not today. Sam Levitt was throwing dimes. Jordan Tyson was making plays that for anybody else would be considered extraordinary. For him, almost kind of routine. Malik McClain was a really great camp player last year who then ended up in a redshirt season, but he came out here looking the part, and they have tight ends that are really good, as Marcus Arroyo talked about after practice. So they were in a rhythm, I think, from their summer conditioning and training that brought them into a really good space. That kind of surprised me, actually, how impressive that it was.
A dog walking, I think, was your phrase here on the sideline.
Yeah.
With Kenny Dillingham, he's a young head coach. He's experienced so much success in limited time as a head coach. How have you seen him handle that success, deal with all the added attention and expectations that come with that?
Well, the key thing about him that stands out is how process-oriented that they are. A lot of people are so focused on results that you get lost and you're not thinking about what you have to do on a day-to-day basis. And their special sauce, I think, is the groundedness that they stay to, the everyday mentality that you need to have to pursue greatness. And that goes along with the leadership that you have with somebody like a Sam Levitt, like a Jordan Tyson, where their aspirations are so high that even what media might say or fans might expect is going to be less than what he says about, I want to win a Heisman Trophy, be a first-round draft pick, win a national championship. You have to work really hard to be able to accomplish that, and they very much stay grounded to that, and that, I think, comes from the ethos that Kenny Dillingham brings to the table.
You mentioned all the returning players to this year's roster. That means that there may be fewer position battles than what you've seen, at least in the immediate, past of ASU football. This year, though, what are some of the battles that you're going to be tracking most closely?
Running back is what everybody wants to follow after Cam Skadebu's departure. You have Kyson Brown, Rayleigh Brown, Kanye Udo coming in. Those guys have improved their bodies, I think, quite a bit over the last year or two. Rayleigh Brown's gotten heavier. He had a grade 3 hamstring last year that was really bad. We're going to want to see how some of these guys are going to run inside, the physicality of it. And then I think receiver, when you have two starters that are lost, Xavier Guillory is gone. You lost Melquan Stovall in the slot. Who's going to step up there? I think Jaron Hamilton's going to be a big play guy. Malik McClain, we talked about, and others who are good. Defensively, you lose Shamari Simmons. He's the best nickel that they've had in recent years, and maybe their best defensive player last year. They brought in Kendrick Breedlove from Purdue. He's going to have a competition, though, to beat out Montana Warren, so I'm watching that.
Yeah, fourth different school in 4 years for Breedlove, right? Hey, Chris, for you, what number fall camp is this?
21, covering ASU, nonstop, rarely missed a practice over that span.
Any recent work specials over at Sun Devil Source that you want to plug?
Man, we just have position previews, and we have evaluations on every player on the roster. So if you want to just OD on ASU content, just head over there.
One of the best in the business, Chris Karpman, thanks so much for joining us.
Appreciate it.